Welcome back to another episode of Big Bear Boston Squad, episode number 42. The conversation I want to get into today is on who has the best deal on the table for Canelo Alvarez. Is it a 2-fight deal with Dazn or a 1-fight deal with the PBC? Let's take a look at a few clips that I have on what David Benavidez's father had to say, and also an executive for Dazn, and see what they had to say on the matter.
You're the guy at Dazn right now in regards to boxing. I mean, you're the guy who can really make a lot of things happen. And right now we're in this, limbo area with Canelo Alvarez where he hasn't committed to a Cinco de Mayo type fight, but that's something that you guys would be in position to do. Someone like Bivol, and then ultimately getting him back to a third Triple G fight, the one that you've always wanted. What can you do personally, make that happen? And do you feel confident that that scenario could play out?
There's a team of us who work on it, clearly. What I can do and what me and my team can do is continue to build a successful business so that our investors and our board are willing to sign the checks to get Canelo Alvarez on platform. And I think we're doing that. I think, as I say, our boxing business is in the most successful place it's been in, the healthiest place it's been in financially. We are increasingly confident.
How did you feel hearing the news that PBC offered Canelo a 1-fight deal with Jamal Charlo?
I hadn't really paid attention to that, to be honest with you, man. I believe that the Canelo team and his team have worked so hard. They have dedicated their lives, and they deserve what they have, I don't focus on anybody else, or how much money they make, what they do, or who they fight, or whatever, I just focus on what I have.
David Benavidez's dad is absolutely correct. I think Canelo Alvarez has deserved everything that has came his way, and the decisions making as far as business, he's doing a great job. So I cannot blame him for some of the fights that he took, just to kind of build a legacy and earn some belts and stuff like that. But when you're a champion, what I always say, you have to fight the best. You have to fight the most dangerous guys to prove that you are the best. If you're fighting guys that's not on the same level, you cannot prove that you're the best. But let's jump back on the topic of the video. And the topic is, what deal should he take? I think he should take, in my opinion, this is my own humble opinion on which deal he should take. I think he should take the PBC deal. I think there's a lot of history between the two, as far as Jamal Charlo calling Canelo out over and over and over again. So it's a lot of history, and history sells fights. You got to have some kind of build up to sell the ticket. But I think with and also on the financial side, I think it makes more sense to take the PBC deal, because you can also make up a lot of money on the back end as far as pay-per-views and merch. There's a lot of merch that could be sold. Venues, I'm pretty sure that Canelo could pick up on some of the even the food. It's a lot of things when it comes to signing contracts and certain things that you can make money from. And just doing all the media and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they get paid for that. So if you think about it, why take a two-fight deal from Dazn, which is not guaranteed? I don't know how much money is guaranteed on Canelo's end, but it's not guaranteed as far as it's not guaranteed as far as Canelo beating Bivol, and it's also not guaranteed, even if Canelo does get past Bivol, it's not guaranteed that Triple G will get past his next opponent. And in my opinion, I don't really like the Triple G fight. I think people are over it. I think there was a good saga. It's just something that the Triple G has not looked great in his last few fights. So I don't really see anything there. I think that thing is about dead. If Triple G was still knocking people's heads off, even though he still is, but he's not fighting the top guys. If he was getting there with maybe Benavidez or something like that, or if he would have fought Jamal Charlo, even though if he would have fought Jamal Charlo and had to beat him, I don't think that Jamal Charlo would be even in the conversation. But say that he had a good outing against him, whether it's lose or draw, I could kind of see something there with him and Canelo facing off together. But that's a lot of hope. When you're doing business, you don't want to do your business on hope. You want to know where you're going. You want to know what's up. You want to know what kind of money you're going to get guaranteed. Or your opportunities. You want your opportunities to be more guaranteed, even though nothing is guaranteed in the sport of boxing and nothing is guaranteed in life itself. So with that said, I think that the smarter deal is still the PBC on the financial side, and I think on a business, that financial and business, same thing, but even on the marketing side, you have you have more opportunities to sell the fight with a Jamal Charlo fight. It's the biggest fight out of the three names, Bivol and Triple G. Bivol is a good fighter, and it's awesome if Canelo moves up or whatever and kind of get that belt. But I don't really see that being a fight that people would tune into it. I would tune into it, but it's not going to be a fight that I'm just going to go crazy for. You know, every fight that Canelo Alvarez in, I watch. You know, he's the man. He's the cash cow of the boxing world right now. So you're going to watch. It's like watching Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people are going to watch to see if he's going to lose or win or whatever. But other than that, I think it's really smart for Canelo on the business side and marketing side for the Jamal Charlo fight, PBC. $45 million is probably going to be guaranteed. He's probably going to make a lot of money off the back end. So with the $80 million that's coming from Dazn, I think that it can still equal out to be about the same, but with less risk. And then he can capitalize off that. Say if he have a good win, say if he actually knocked Jamal Charlo out, or just something devastating, or just win big, outclass Jamal Charlo, and say he want to fight David Benavidez. Could y'all imagine how big that fight gonna be, or would be? Come on, man. The PBC got the best talent right now. I mean, the Dazn, I don't know. They all right. I mean, I think with some of their fighters, they just not doing a great job with some of their heavy hitters over there. You know, they're not doing a good job with Devin Haney, I don't think. You know, they're not doing a good job with Demetrius Andrade. You know, some of those fighters are just being left behind. You know, like I say, Triple G, he's no longer, you know, maybe he still is. We don't know for sure. But from what I've seen on his last couple fights, I don't really see him being that much of a factor. I just don't. You know, but I think PBC could actually put a couple deals together for Canelo. And I think that he can, you know, if he come out with $80 to $100 million, because, I mean, come on, man, $40 million guaranteed, then he start making money off the back end. That dude could wind up with $100 million night. I mean, that's talking, you know, that's like Floyd Mayweather money type of money. That's what Canelo is getting. He's at the same age that, you know, that Floyd Mayweather was when he was starting to get those big, huge checks, those unbelievable checks. So I think it's, if he come out with a win, especially if he knock him down and knock him out, or just have a big win against Charlo, man, could y'all imagine the fights that could be put together after that? Even if he take another one-fight deal, you know, he can have leverage to say, hey, look, I'll go in for another $50 million guaranteed, or another $60 million guaranteed. He can have $120 million night. You know, but I think that the zone is okay. They deal. It does not really make sense to me. But Canelo has to choose for his family and himself. And like I say, you know, these fighters, as far as the business side, I think Canelo is doing, obviously he's doing the best. You know, but as a fan, I want to really see him at the highest level, fighting the highest, the most dangerous guys. You know, and I think it's a 50-50 fight though. I think with him and Jamal Charlo, it's a 50-50 fight. And I also think that it could be a 50-50 fight with him and David Benavidez. And I kind of give Canelo the benefit of the doubt of actually having the edge in both of those fights from experience. Canelo has been there, and he has more experience at the highest level. You know, when you become the cash cow, you are what boxing represents. But you know, what deal should you think what deal do you guys think he should take? You know, what's the best option? You guys let me know down in the comments below.
That's going to conclude another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad, episode number 42. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments below about this topic and all the other topics that I bring up on my channel. If you want to see what I'm wearing, shop Touchy.com. Follow me on all social media platforms that I'm currently on. Links will be down in the descriptions below. Just want to thank you guys like I do each and every single video. If you're old to the channel, new to the channel, please try to make sure you watch the full video so you get the full breakdown of the content. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, like button, and subscribe button. Those small things help the channel grow, and with growth, the conversation of boxing becomes even greater. But with that said, just want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Big Bear Boxing Squad.